Hey, it's John Hope Bryant, and I am proud to report on our 2017 or 2018 audited financials, and it also includes a refresh of our 2017 financials, which we did over, and they even look better. I'm so pleased today to report that our audited financials, I love saying that word, as a 501c3 nonprofit. Actually, all of my companies are audited for profit and nonprofit. Today I'm talking about my premier lead nonprofit organization I founded 27, going on 28 years ago, Operation Hope, after the Rodney King riots in South Central LA. We started with a modest budget of $61,000 and a loan from me for $180,000 thereabout, most of which I forgave, and then hundreds of thousands of dollars a year from me and credit being loaned to the organization on my credit cards, and also at a time from my team's credit cards. Rachel Doff, my chief of staff, her credit card maxed out her credit cards at times, and Fred Smith, our former president, Lance Triggs, Mary Harrison. We've had so many people who literally, they were employees who acted like they were owners, that they owned this mission too. And I want to thank each and every one of them who leaned in and believed. Our early bankers like William Hanna, who gave us our first $25,000 line of credit, and now we have a line of credit in the millions, paid as agreed, all the terms. We're an organization that's doing $20 million a year plus in real revenue, and growing. Had grown at 553% in 5 years. That is not an error that I just said or a typo verbally. I'll repeat, we've grown at 553% in 5 years. Unprecedented. It'd be unprecedented for a for-profit, yet alone a nonprofit organization. It's sustainable growth. In other words, we're in the black. And after all that growth and me guaranteeing a personal guarantee of $1 million at some point of a line of credit that Operation Hope had, there's so much stuff, so many backstories to Operation Hope that you'll never hear about. That, me writing checks for payroll over the years that the organization, thank God, never had to cash. But, all the things you do when you believe. And to have folks, even to this day, still question, me and everything else because they just don't want to believe that, to be blunt, a young black man who can run an organization not as just as good as somebody else, but maybe even better, and be about the neighborhood and be about and talk straight to power and be candid about it, not disrespectful, but talk straight and be independent and be founder and chairman and CEO of this organization for all these years, and that it's everything's honest and clean. Pay my taxes. We work hard. We do the right things. In fact, what I'm really excited to tell you about today is we had some criticism from different folks on an earlier financial statement. Found that some work needed to be tightened up. It had nothing to do with us. Some work had to be tightened up. We tightened it up, and guess what? The financials look better now than they did before. So in other words, that year we have $2.5 million of additional revenue, and there's some other things. It was basically moving things around on the balance sheet, but essentially we didn't get credit for something we should have gotten credit for. Thank you, world, for that. And then the 2018 financials even look better. We show income growth. We show revenue growth. We show expense decreases. So we've decreased expenses, increased program revenue. To make this very, really simple English, we went from I'm gonna get these numbers wrong, but let's say we went from 82% or 81% spent of every dollar spent on programs to 87 cents of every dollar spent on programs. That's not exact numbers, but you'll get a sense that we're in the top quartile of all nonprofits in the country, based on fiscal integrity, program expense allocations, transparency, good governance. I'm just so proud. The audit financials are there. You can see them yourself. They've been filed with the government, so you'll be able to see them yourself soon. And there's a press release on our website which pretty much summarizes what I'm just telling you. So go watch that. I think I put a link in this video. And the 2018 financials show a decrease in the bad things, basically things, useless things like me and other people who are not, other parts of our organization which are considered to be administrative in nature, and increases in things that matter like Hope Financial Coaching. All of our, of course, our program numbers are through the roof, but even the expenses tied to those things are all in the right buckets. So you have, sort of checking all the boxes, perfectly clean financials, audited financials, independently audited, and even we even had the auditor has an independent party review the audit just in order to make perfectly clear everything is tight as a tick, or as a friend of mine would say, as clean as a Pope's robe. And I'm just so proud of this. And based on our internal calculations, by the way, it appears that we will qualify once again for a 4-star Charity Navigator rating. That's like the Dun & Bradstreet. It's like saying get a AAA rating for bonds. We've been for the last few years the top quartile, the top 25% of all, listen now, of all nonprofits in the country based on fiscal financial accounting standards and program standards. Not community-based nonprofits, not minority nonprofits, all nonprofits, top quartile. And it looks like we're going to hit that mark again with even better numbers. You can do well and do good. You can live your dream whole and complete, do it the right way, check all the boxes, yes, get criticized along the way, and still you rise. Rainbows after storms, God don't like ugly, he ain't too fond of pretty. But just keep swinging. I tell you something, I can't guarantee you that being positive is going to make you a success, but I really will guarantee you that ultimately being negative and being evil and being toxic and having an inauthentic agenda will absolutely make you a failure, and certainly internally miserable. So I just think you should be positive and keep swinging at the bat, and know that the universe is with you. Check out the financials. Check out the link on the press release. Let me know what you think, and support Operation Hope. It's an extraordinary organization doing extraordinary work. Now we're touching 40 states plus Puerto Rico and District of Columbia. I think we're like literally in 20 states, but we have clients in 40 states. We're going to be nationwide real soon. Call it the Starbucks of financial inclusion. Raising credit scores 54 points, I believe it is, in 6 months, and 100 points plus in 24 months. 4 million clients, directed $3.5 billion to underserved neighborhoods, affecting federal policy 4 times thus far. I think you're going to see real soon affecting federal policy a couple more times here coming up. Just killing it. Literally hitting it on all cylinders. And the dream team, as far as our management team, that's many of my leaders have been with me for over 20 years. Now, check that out. All right, love and light, John O'Brien. Let me know what you think. And by the way, just passed 1 million followers on Facebook alone. I think we have 1.2 million followers for this movement. Just me personally, by the way, which I lean into Operation Hope. Operation Hope is another group of followers, and this movement together. I don't want to guess on a number, but I know my number alone is 1.2 million plus, and just amplifying. The movements in the suites, not the streets. It's about class and poverty, and not just race and the color line. The new color is green, not black or white as in race, nor red or blue as in politics. It's the church of what's happening now, and what have you done for me lately? This is the get it done party, and no, I'm not running for politics. This is about the uplift of you. I'm out. John O'Brien.